Hello, welcome back to another episode of I Guess You Shouldn't Smoke Cigarettes and Not Eat. I'm your host, Kaylee Carpenter.
And I'm Mandy Cal.
And we are here to discuss episode 13, Titanic.
Ooh. And I'll just say, I do love the beginning of this episode, how Emmy compares CT to Lady Gaga.
I have that too.
And honestly, I think it went downhill from there.
It really did, yeah. Where CT goes, I go. He is one of my idols. And then, yeah, talks about Lady Gaga. So we're after the elimination. Emmy is with CT again, blah, blah, blah. And Kyle is complaining about Amanda to Logan, and Amanda's right there.
Well, was she right there, or was that edited? Because that was a long fucking stand that she was just standing there for.
Yeah, there wasn't like a swoop of the camera.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. I just feel like, so Amanda isn't the best, obviously. Like, she's no Casey or Tori or Emmy or whatever. But like, I don't think she's terrible. And they're talking about like she's, I don't know, like one of the worst competitors they've ever seen. Yeah. And I was like, but she like is semi-athletic and she's smart. So I don't know what the issue is there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how good of a competitor she is. Like, we haven't seen much this season.
And she's just like kind of there. I don't think she's like bad or good. She just kind of is there, you know? So it's not anything to like, I mean, you'd rather have Emmy, but it's not terrible, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like if you don't treat Amanda like shit and talk shit and just tell her what to do, she'll probably do it.
Yeah, just like be nice to people and lead positively, and people react well to that. I just don't feel like it's that fucking difficult.
Yeah, and you should know, Amanda, that if you're going to talk shit or say something bad, she's going to react.
Yeah, someone that proclaims that he's like, that's my little sister, I do anything for her. Also, why is everyone calling Amanda like their little sister? Like, she's a mother. Stop calling her your little sister. Like, you guys are immature babies. Like, she's probably like your mother. Let's chill out.
I know. Did other people call it other than Josh? Or are we just talking about Josh?
This is Nelson. Nelson called her little sister too.
What? I missed that?
Yeah, because Nelson and Amanda are very good friends, but Nelson doesn't even know how to speak to his very good friend.
Dude, I am so Nelson.
I know. And he's like, not gonna lie, she is very toxic. And I was like, that's a solid friend, Nelson. Way to say that on national TV in front of fucking everyone.
Classic Nelson. I mean, right. I don't understand. He was like on the Challenge podcast this week, and Tori was like, here's Nelson, the truth teller, like blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. He's a snake. He's disgusting, honestly.
Yeah. Well, one time on the after show, I can't remember what it was about. Like, Corey was upset because I think Amanda didn't vote the way Corey wanted to. And Nelson had told him that Amanda was going to. And Amanda's like, no, I didn't. This is what I said. And even Nani was like, look, Corey, I love you and I love Nelson, but he's not the most trustworthy. And it's like,
he's not.
And it's like, and also, like, if you notice the way that Nelson talks about Corey, completely positive throughout the entire thing, look at the way Nelson talks about his friends that are women. Like, that boy has some therapy to do.
I know. Like, he does it for his mom, but he hates women, so.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, Ashley and Amanda, he claims he's, like, very good friends with, and he has torn both of them apart.
Yeah.
For no reason, really.
That's what he does. I really think he hates women.
He has a serious issue.
I'm really sick of Nelly T and Corey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just all complaining about Amanda being on Ruby. Now it is Amanda's turn to talk, and she's like, love the color, hate the team. And she's basically like, if they're going to treat me like a shit player, then I'm going to act like a shit player, which I don't blame you.
Yeah. And devils are known to know like red. That's what I hear. Also, I love that she just owns that she's the devil.
I know. She's always been like that. It was really funny. And she's been a pretty good puppeteer of this game, so...
Oh, great political game. She completely, like, created that fight between Emmy and Bettina. That saved her from going into elimination. That was brilliant.
She's going to keep doing that. Like, okay, if she isn't the most athletic, she's going to fuck everyone else's game up. So I support. scene, they really must need stuff because CT, Devin, and Emmanuel are all cooking meat.
It's so weird. So they're just explaining the different burgers and meat, and I feel like this was just an opportunity for Emmanuel to tell the story of what they do on Christmas about slaughtering a pig.
Yep. And take selfies with it before they do it.
Yeah, which I do love how he's like, people think it's weird, but to me it's normal.
I know.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And he just has the next scene too is just him and Tori like playing beer pong. Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. I was doing the motion.
I got you.
We know those drinking games. Yeah. But he has like the most sweat. Like he just looks cool all the fucking time.
Yeah, no one's gonna throw him in an elimination. He hasn't been in one yet.
Brilliant man.
He is. And then he's like in his confessional, maybe that should tell you something. Don't mess with me. And then he like smiles. So cute.
He is. He's the best.
I love him so much. And then they're caught in the shower together. And by they, I mean Emmanuel and Tori.
I hear they were fixing the plumbing. And
naked and pants down.
That's what one does, When you fix the plumbing, you must be naked. That's how they do it in Romania. Just like the pig.
I died when he was like, I'm basically snaking the drain.
Yes.
What does that mean? I'm blushing. So funny. And I feel like Tori's getting a lot of hate online for being sexual, as she has every right to be. So Tori, we support you. And
who wouldn't want to fuck Emmanuel? Like, I'm gay and maybe.
And tells.
Yeah.
Fuck them both. Fuck them all.
I know. Like, who cares?
She's single. She was with Jordan for a while. Gross.
I know. Let her do her thing. She almost got married. Let her be single right now.
She's young.
Who cares?
Even if she wasn't, it doesn't matter. It just annoys me because guys can do whatever they want.
Yeah, he's had sex with 2 people on this show too. Nobody's talking shit about Manuel.
Yeah.
He told another woman he loved her on this show. Like, what?
I know, and he's getting nothing. That's such garbage. Ugh. So
Corey's hooked up with half the fucking cast.
I know, and now he's a dad, and we just forget.
Nelson hooked up with 2 people on 2 consecutive nights, and we're giving Tori shit. Okay.
Yeah, with weeks and weeks apart, and who cares? Good for you.
Yeah.
Get those hot guys.
Hell yeah, Tori. I've been annoyed with you all season, but do you?
Yeah. She was okay this episode. She's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's getting better the further we go along.
She was really funny in the after show.
Damn, gotta watch that.
Yeah, because they called her out for the shower, and she was like, "Who, me? I gotta go." And she pretends to jump the couch. It was good. She was just cool about it, so I liked her. Yeah, so Ashley's talking about how Emmanuel's playing a great game because he basically has Casey as his number 1, and then he's booed up with Tori. So he's safe. He's going to see a final for sure.
He's also very good.
He's also good. He also deserves to be there, by the way.
Yeah, because I'm watching the old Battle of the Exes where Jay and Jenna and how they quit on eating thing that was just drinking. And they couldn't even get the first cups down. And it's ugh. Yeah, he's not that rookie layup.
No,
actually
not
got
at
skills.
All. Yeah, he deserves to be there. We've seen how well he's played, and he's gotten out of any elimination happening, and he's won a lot. So, what do you expect? So then we find out that Josh and Logan are apparently best friends. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. And also, has Josh and Logan been speaking Spanish this entire time and we haven't seen one fucking scene of any Spanish speaking?
Apparently, yeah. That's what they make it sound like.
Yeah, they're just well, they've been speaking Spanish this entire time. They became best friends. By the way, you guys saw none of it. This has been happening over a month. So, what?
I hate when they do that because they do that all the time. you don't know this thing is happening throughout the whole season, supposedly, and then there's a whole episode dedicated to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Logan was talking about how like Anissa was helping him with Spanish because he really doesn't know much English, and then Josh was helping him, but we saw none of that. And I forgot Josh could speak Spanish.
Yeah, like I knew Anissa was speaking Spanish with Logan, but no, Josh was.
I know, I was like, wait, Josh can speak Spanish? And I was like, oh yeah, my chance. Right, I knew that. Don't care.
But apparently Logan only wants the surfboard. He's only there to win, which I like get like wanting to win, but let's not act like winning $1 million isn't a big deal. And like, that's not like, that's why you're fucking there. Stop being like, I'm just here to win. Like, I hate when people are like that. Stop. You're there for the money. We're always there for the money.
Everyone's there for the money. Yeah, so Josh, we get another Josh confessional. Logan is one of the rookies I built the strongest alliance with. Since we are both Latin speakers, as time has gone on, I see him as a brother in this house. So now he has a brother. He has a little sister, he's got a brother, he's got a nephew, he's got a cousin. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like it's like he was talking to Logan and he's like, you always have a brother. And I'm like, it's been 3 weeks, guys. Like, you don't actually fucking know each other. How can you ever, like, you can't ever be like, hey, 3 weeks into knowing someone, yep, best friend for life. How would you know
that short?
Yeah, because they said weeks when they were talking about.
I know, that's weird.
Yeah.
I thought they're like months in, like 2 months.
They're 2 months in?
No, now I thought that. Now I think it's weeks because they kept saying weeks. You're right.
Yeah. I was like, but either way, even if it is 2 fucking months, 2 months, a brother? Come on.
I mean, it's like, yeah, Josh and saying Amanda's his little sister and then like loving Ashley all of a sudden.
Josh is the most wishy-washy. He says how loyal he is all the time, but he's the most wishy-washy person on the show.
Yeah, he says what will benefit him in that moment of the game.
Mm-hmm. And he always makes it about himself and how he's loyal and what he's done. I have notes on this later on.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He's the absolute worst.
But Logan apparently likes him because he says Josh is a good guy and he's going to protect Josh.
Josh.
And then we get, our favorite Nelson and Corey scene.
Why are they always serious? Like, do they like? I can't imagine like being around a good friend and never laughing. Yeah.
They're just always serious and boring.
I know, like, how do you not have a good time with your best friend? You're with your best friend, you're not like doing a job, like you're able to like drink and work out and like chill in this beautiful house. How are you not having like an amazing time?
Make the best of it. Like, even if you have enemies in the house or you feel alone with Nelson, have fun with Nelson.
Yeah, like low key, you can work hard and also laugh.
We don't get that from them this season ever.
No.
Ugh. So Corey says something like, people are preparing for war, and he's talking about Josh moving shady and all these plans that Josh has they're not a part of. So Corey, I mean, it's very obvious Corey doesn't trust Josh and he thinks Josh doesn't trust him. Bingo, duh. And then he's talking about being thrown into elimination. He's like, these guys all threw me in. Like, Corey, this is your fault. Like, he sets himself up for failure every season somehow.
Yep.
But he never sees it himself. My numbers are dwindling. Your numbers are all rookies. And now you're going to get thrown in by the vets again.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like, as much as I hate Josh, but like Corey, you were playing a shady game too. Like, you were the one that aligned yourself with all of the rookies because like that's what you thought you needed to do. Like, that's the reason you're the vet that keeps getting voted in.
Yeah. And you're calling the vets dirty and getting really excited when the alliance was dead. Mm-hmm. Like when there was no more rookie teams, he was so excited, and you think that's not going to come back and bite you. Like, just be cool.
Yeah. Like, essentially Corey got outsmarted. Corey thought he was outsmarting everyone by creating numbers with the rookies because he knew the vets alliance would come to an end eventually. But the thing is, like, the vets all saw it because you live in the same house.
He's really, really not smart.
Shout out Grand Rapids.
Grandpa's Christian. Friday Night Lights.
Going back to his old school days.
Oh my god, terrible.
Oh, let's get to the donut scene.
Oh, I do love when he says that these people are flipping on each other and I would never do that. Okay, what are you talking about? Wait, did you say donut scene?
Yes.
This is messed up.
I know, it's fucking evil. That's why I hate Corey again.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So like Big T is just minding her own business. The alarm just went off.
Also, she had fruit on her plate too. Just saying.
Yeah, and I don't think sugar is a bad thing when you're about to like exert a bunch of energy.
Yeah, like let her eat a fucking donut. Well, and she did have another donut on her plate, but it was surrounded by fruit.
It was surrounded by fruit, and we appreciate that, Big T. We love donuts too.
That's a balanced diet.
It's a balanced diet.
Not a breakfast of losers, as they chanted. Also, if you would rewind like 5 seconds, Ashley was in bed saying to eat a donut or to not eat a donut. That is the question. I mean, that's the question every day, I think, for all of us. But just let Big T eat her donut, and then Corey comes in and smacks it out of her hand. Like, what a fucking dick.
I know. And Big T's so cool about it. She just, like, takes it.
Yeah, and then like, continues eating her donut. Yeah. He's like, I'm not wasting this donut. It did look really good. I'm not gonna lie.
It did. And there was like a big Twitter thing about this that I saw because like Ashley was like supporting. I think Ashley and Amanda were both supporting Big T in her donut decision. So that was funny. That was trending on Twitter, I'm sure. Big T donut. Yeah, so they suck. So we get to the challenge, and it is called Sunken Intelligence. And each team must get their diamond per usual. And they are located in a chest at the bottom of the ocean. And there's a big, tangled, thick rope of like 150 feet along the shipwreck boat at the bottom of the ocean floor. And they have to untangle it and then clip the end of the rope to the chest and then bring it to the shore and then open the chest and put the diamond in the pedestal thing, and then the fastest team to do it wins, blah blah blah. Yes. I'm TJ. You're welcome.
Look at them notes.
That's the key plot points. So I mean this challenge is okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just hate the way they edit the show now. But
yeah,
it was, I mean, so essentially they all kind of dive in and they have this like ideal plan where one of them's going to go to the other side and find the other ends, and then they're going to hook it up to the thing, and then they're going to get out of there. And that was very much not what happened.
Right. Team Emerald.
Team Emerald up first.
So Devin came up with this plan, obviously.
Yeah. And it's like, if you watch the challenge, do you not know what tangled means, guys? Like, they never just have it like slightly tangled. They always make your life a living hell. And that's on them for not realizing that.
Yeah. And it's underwater, like very, very 8-10 feet ish underwater. So that's very hard. So they're all kind of like, oh my gosh, it's harder than I thought. And everyone's like, wow, Emerald is taking forever. But
they
finally
did make it seem like forever. And that's why I was like, there's no way Emerald won. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, because they were like 10 minutes in, and then it was like a long time before they finished. And they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Producers, man. So they finally do untangle it, and then they have to pull along the whole rope to the shore, and then the carabiner, right?
Carabiner?
Carabiner. Mm-hmm. Never gonna get it right. Carabiner breaks, and then the chest is at the bottom of the ocean.
And then Josh, the way he yells, wait. I found that so fucking funny. Like, he sounded like he was dying. It was so fucking hilarious.
He probably was. It was just him. He's weak as hell. It's like all the guys were like swimming and carrying it. I don't really know how they did it, actually.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, like, how did they even move that chest? Like, aren't things super fucking heavy underwater? Like, That doesn't seem possible, but congratulations to them.
I guess they did it.
I guess they did it.
They did it. Editing, maybe. So yeah, then they put the diamond, they open the chest, blah blah blah, put the diamond on the pedestal thing, and boom. We don't know how well they did.
Yeah, did they? It seemed real fucking slow to me, but who knows?
It was. So Sapphire is next, and I thought it was really funny when Ashley was like, I have a feeling that if we lose today, he's gonna be in trouble, pointing to Kyle. And Kyle was like, wait, what? It was so funny. It's like, wait, me? Not me. Never, Kyle. Never.
But really, like, looking at everyone that's like standing up, it's like, no matter who goes in, you know, Kyle's a possibility.
Kyle's way up there. He should know that. So I have like CT is a really good swimmer. He just like boom to that shipwreck. Boom.
Yep, and then Emmy doesn't really know what she's doing. And Kyle is tightening ropes instead of loosening them. Ashley is yelling.
So mad.
And yeah, I don't know what else to say about this.
Well, like basically Kyle's fucking it up because he won't go under the water and untangle it. He's like above the water, so he's tightening it because he can't see what he's doing. And then the after show, he was bitching because it's so hard, which I'm sure it is, but it's so hard to hold your breath for that long underwater while your adrenaline's going because you're so pumped up, so your heart's racing. So I'm sure that was hard, but I don't know, maybe chill out.
Yeah, I feel like there might have been quite a few people that had adrenaline pumping and were holding their breath, but
much longer. Yeah. So,
but also, you don't need to 100% hold your breath when you're like looking underwater. You can literally just like kind of dip your head in and then kind of dip your head out to see what's going on.
That's true.
There are solutions. There's solutions.
Yeah, so they get to shore and Kyle puts the diamond in place for some reason, and CT's pretty pissed, but he's like, gotta work on communication and focus. The Sapphire's struggling, that's all. CT's not happy with them.
Yeah. Sapphire went slow. But to be clear, in the editing, it seemed like they went faster to Emerald. Just saying, you know.
That's very true. Thanks, editing.
Yep. So up next, we have the greatest and final Ruby.
Team Ruby. And did you know this, Mandy, that Corey grew up in Michigan and it's surrounded by water? What?
I said Corey with the Michigan shout out, but you're still fucking boring.
Why, Corey? Why you?
I know.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I guess he's capturing the Midwest well.
He is. Yeah, so they make it
out of here. Sorry. Just having my own existential crisis right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Totally understand. Yeah, so they all get there and immediately like Amanda's not doing anything and Tori's like, just sit there, it will unravel itself. She had a good episode.
Tori had some funny one-liners and we love to see it because that's old school Tori.
Yeah, old school Tori. We need that back in our lives.
Yeah. Amanda really isn't doing shit, but it's like that's also like, yeah, Amanda should have been doing more, but it's like Corey, I am now the leader and gonna take all the vocal spots and pretend that I am Mr. Captain, whatever. It's like then lead, like you don't get to just do the like talking pieces. You have to actually lead and direct people on what to do.
Yeah, because all those guys went down there and just did their own thing. And I know she tried to ask what to do and she probably could have figured it out herself, but she didn't. It's fine. She's doing the Titanic. Hence the name of the episode.
And at the end, she did end up helping. But she did, there was like just a moment where they were doing things and she couldn't do anything. And
Yeah, the moment probably didn't last long. I'm sure it's the editing.
Yeah, she had her Titanic moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't blame her. So Corey's pissed because she's only doing it because it's a guy's elimination day, and everyone's laughing and pointing at Amanda, and Emmanuel is like, Ruby's cell is shit-wrecked. Oh.
What a funny joke.
Good one. But actually I thought Ruby did pretty well. They didn't, even with Amanda not helping, even though she did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Logan ends up putting the diamond on the place. So it seems like it's between Ruby and Emerald.
Well, actually, if you look at the editing, it looks like it's between Sapphire and Ruby. But
oh, that's so annoying.
Guess who wins?
Emerald.
Like,
so
yawn.
Boring.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like I hate when there's like a dominant team because then it just makes everything fucking boring.
I know. Even though some of my favorite players are on Emerald, I am very, very bored with them.
I know. Like, I love like Emerald. Like, love all of them. But like, so fucking minus Josh. I hate Josh. That was unprompted. Same time.
I know. We have to hate Josh.
So everyone but Josh we love, but like I don't want to see him win anymore. I'm annoyed.
No, and I want them, like, they have weakness on that team, and I want to see it exposed.
Yes.
And so far I am not. And I wanted to challenge that it would be harder with a bigger team, and we're not getting that yet either. We better fucking get that next week.
I know they keep giving like the advantage to the bigger team, and it's like, can we please break this? Like, you would think the producers would be like, okay, this is getting boring now. Let's mix it up and make it an advantage to have a smaller team.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, so like, do it now, please. I'm fucking bored.
Yeesh. Yeah, so they've won 4 times in a row, and it is now a guy's elimination day. Yawn.
Yeah. I did love the part where, was it Ashley that's like, not sure if Devin has ever been on a winning team, and it's Devin like just like chanting shit going into the fridge. It's just like, yeah,
I know, his ego is ridiculous. Yeah, they're all cheering around a plant because it's green.
Yeah, and then Manuel eats it.
Like a vicious bunny.
He becomes Emerald. I get it.
But yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, all the other guys are like, I'm ready. Corey's ready. He hasn't been safe in the house for weeks. CT, if you don't win, prepare yourself to go in. And Devin's talking about making the right decision, and that Logan, Nelson, and Corey should be worried, obviously. So we didn't see this, but I think CT was very close to going in to elimination. He wanted to leave his team, and he was going around trying to leave his team, but then he changed his mind. It was on the podcast.
Oh, that makes sense, because I didn't understand. I actually had something during deliberation where I was like, I don't understand. Like, we didn't see CT's blues.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been interesting, though. See, that you're showing me meet scenes, but you're not showing me CT campaigning to leave his team.
That's good shit. That's good drama.
Yeah, that's good drama. And like, it would make deliberation make sense, because I literally wrote that question down. So like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they left that out, but
why did we have that long ass grilling scene?
I don't know. I was like, they always grill like this. Do better. Challenge, do better. Yeah, so we get a club night, obviously, and I hate this because Corey and Josh are both talking with bucket hats on. And
I wrote, does Corey only have serious conversations?
With a bucket hat.
Then my next thing is, Josh is flat out lying in a bucket hat.
Corey is kissing his ass with a bucket hat.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like, Josh is like, you're safe, and all I could see is like barely his eyes with that fucking bucket hat. And I'm just like, dude, you have the audacity to lie to a man in a bucket hat?
He's just such a bitch. He's like, Corey will probably fight me if I don't go. Like, he's scared of Corey, which is obvious. So he's just gonna tell him what he wants to hear. Yes, and actually Corey's pretty smart. He like knows that Josh isn't gonna go after CT or Logan, and it's pretty obvious it's gonna be him or Nelson.
Yeah, I do have another question for Josh, though. And why is he wearing a winter coat in his confessional?
He's been wearing that a lot, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, if you're in a room with cameras, I would assume that there is like temperature control. Why do you have a winter coat on?
Maybe the AC is really up there.
Get that man a cardigan.
Get him anything. His stuff was awful. Oh my god! At the after show, he was wearing like this hat. I don't know what kind of hat. Like not the fedora. I don't know, between a fedora and a cowboy hat kind of thing, and it was horrible. It was not that. That's weird. But between a fedora and a cowboy hat.
Yep, yes it is. It's a newsboy hat.
It's a newsboy hat. Corey and Josh bro out, blah blah blah. Corey looks worried, blah blah blah. And next, Emerald team talk in the club, and they worry about being infiltrated. Whoa!
Oh my gosh, we're definitely gonna get infiltrated this time.
I don't know why anyone has it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, Tori, chill. No one is going into elimination willingly. Like, because she's like, if you guys do get infiltrated,
I know, that was a terrible
then you're
plan.
gonna go to another team, and then you're gonna throw the mission, and then go down and come back to our team. And I was like, no one is doing that. And that's when Devin's like, I'd be rooting for you guys.
I know, that was so funny. I was like, are you gonna do that, Tori? It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. It's like, you don't know how close you are to the final. You're not going to throw yourself into an elimination.
Yeah. Or put yourself on a shitty team. Or like want to put yourself on a shitty team. I don't know. So we have next Ruby team talking.
Well, no, they had a fucking meeting in a club because they're the boringest motherfuckers in the world. It wasn't even like they literally called a meeting.
Yeah.
And a club night.
Yeah. It wasn't like a casual, we're all talking. Nelson's like, Amanda, get over here.
They were sitting down in like a boardroom fashion at each other. Like, what the fuck? Well, it was really kind of weird. It was a semi-L, not a full oval.
They were like on the stairs, right? There's like stairs.
Well, I think like part of it was like a bench, and then part of it's like stairs. I don't know.
Weird. Mm-hmm. Weird club. It's a weird club.
Yeah, it's a weird club.
Yeah, so this is when Nelson's an asshole and he's like yelling at Amanda and she wasn't adapting to what they needed, and she was like, nobody told me what to do. And Big T's like, Nelson is a very emotional player, which is fine, but not when you make others feel bad about themselves.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like
the usual.
It's so fucking annoying because it's really not that hard to like kind of criticize what someone did without directly criticizing them. Corey and Nelson's like whole leadership plan is like, okay, let's take zero responsibility for ourselves and then let's just completely criticize someone else. And it's like, even if the person is 100% in the wrong, that strategy will never work if you're not even willing to give on anything with yourself. So it's just like, it's so fucking annoying. These men are like 30 years old and can't even figure out like how to do basic conversation shit with other people. Like, it's just like, you can't just be like, you were wrong, you were bad, and this was upsetting to us. Like, how do you expect someone, do you really expect Amanda to be like, you guys, thank you so much for this talk. You're correct, and I will do better. Like, what the fuck? Get out of here.
So stupid. Yeah, so I really don't blame Amanda for going off because she's like, I'm going to keep throwing challenges, and if you hate it, then you can go in the lair and pick a different team.
Mm-hmm. And they're just like the shittiest leaders, but also so
coach.
Yeah, like later on too, they bring up how like Nelson was also mean to Big T in this situation. So I don't think he just criticized Amanda. I think that's the only part they saw. I think he was also going in at Big T, which is just like Big T was actually trying.
Yeah, really trying.
Yeah. And I don't like, it's just so like, why were you okay?
They're just idiots. Like, I don't understand how Corey has anybody like currently. Like Nelson is alone, and that makes sense as far as I know. And Corey,
I think the secret is they have a child together. So
now we have more Emerald deliberations, and Devin wants to throw Logan down there because Logan would pick like Kyle or Corey or Nelson, and Josh doesn't want to because that's his number one guy. So Josh immediately goes for Corey. Wow, so weird.
When like literally the night before he was promising him how he would never say his name, blah 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 blah. I got your back, man.
He's done this to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone.
But then we'll say how he's the most loyal. Shut up, bro.
It's just lies. It's spies, lies, and allies. Lies. But Josh, the usual, he's scared of Corey. Corey always comes in like top 3. He doesn't want to run a final against him. Throw Corey and just be honest, Josh. So then Tori like throws in CT's name, which makes sense now because CT's like going in wanting his name thrown at the time.
Which we would have known if we didn't just see the fucking grilling scene.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, they cut a part out where Nelson is fighting with Big T, and they cut out a part where CT's campaigning to get himself thrown in. And we've been seeing montages of fucking yoga.
Yeah. There's good drama here. There's good drama. It's so annoying, but we will find it. We'll find another ways.
I know I keep having this throughout the entire fucking...
I don't care. They can do better. They need to know. Yeah, so Tori's like, we could say CT, but that's a pretty big shot. And then Nani's like explaining that at this point everyone has a relationship with everyone. So, and there's only like 5 guys to choose from.
Mm-hmm. And like during this, I just wrote, why does Josh have that dumb intense I'm about to cry look?
He probably did cry.
He probably did. He was like, guys, please just don't pick Logan.
We speak Spanish to each other.
He's my brother.
He's my brother until now.
For 7 days and he's my brother.
Oh my God, it's so stupid. So we now have nominations.
And Emerald is completely undecided, says Devin.
Believe me when I tell you. He's so dramatic.
And then CT goes first, and this is why it makes more sense now, because he says how he had the challenge blues and now he's over it. And so now it makes more sense why he said that.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to go in anymore. And he doesn't want to be anyone's hitman. He doesn't want to create waves. He wants to go back to what he was doing, which was nothing. And just performing. And Ashley's like calling him out in her testimony, like, you don't want to go in. You scared. Just be honest. Loved that. Which
also would have made more sense had we known what CT was doing.
Yeah.
Because, right. I was also confused by that scene because I was like, why is Ashley randomly taking a dig at CT? But it's like, because CT was talking all day how he wanted to go in and then went back on it.
Yeah. So then he sucks up to his team, which makes sense too. Like, I actually like this team. It has a lot of heart. He probably thought like, if I don't go in and if somehow Kyle doesn't go in, then Ruby's going down and it'll be easier to win next week.
Yeah.
So, and he wouldn't want to infiltrate Emerald. He would be too scared to do that.
I'm just so upset they left
CT's
this whole
so scared.
Out. Yeah.
CT, you could do anything you wanted. I know you're scared because he lost to Jay a couple years ago, but get over it.
How did Jay win that, though? That was... But what?
I don't know. Was that real?
Probably not. CT would probably need to go home or for a family emergency or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so... Oh, this is when Nelson does the apology tour and apologizes to Amanda, and he came off strong, and if he goes in, he would stay with Ruby.
Yeah. And then he also apologizes to Big T, which we don't know why because we didn't see anything, but...
Yep.
But, I mean, honestly, how many times have we seen Nelson give one of these apologies? He always goes off on some girl, and then the next day he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to be that aggressive. It's like, okay, then let's not be aggressive next time, or else your apology really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's just a pattern. He's like a domestic violence pattern.
Yeah.
Don't date Nelson. Ew.
Gaslight the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's scary. So Logan talks and he says he will stay Ruby until he dies, until death. And Nelson tells us that he believes him because he's a man of his word. Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks, Nelson.
Thanks, Nelson. Nelson looks crazy in his interview too, because his beard is like big and like he's got like a homeless looking hat on. He looks scary.
I wish he just would have stayed. Like, I loved that he threw himself in for Corey. I loved him in that moment. And then I was like, he's kind of growing on me. Now I'm back to like fully hating him.
Yeah, me too. His true colors came out again.
Yeah.
So it's annoying. And Kyle threatens if he goes in, everyone is in danger, and he doesn't want to make any promises, which I thought that was kind of cool. And Josh feels like talking, so he talks about how strong his relationships are with everybody. And then Corey just throws himself in basically with his line.
Yeah, Corey's like, I'm not about to beg myself, like beg for to stay here, blah blah blah. But I think at this point, Corey like thinks like Logan will probably get voted in because everyone did seem like genuinely shocked.
Yeah, because there's like a rookie right next to him. He's like, "Here's this rookie, throw him in."
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, agency, you're going to do what's best for you. And then the agency huddles, which we've never seen.
Yeah, because I really do think they were undecided until that moment.
They were. And I don't think they have to be unanimous. They just have to not tie.
Yeah.
So they pick Corey. Shocker. And
a rookie played a better political game, and maybe you should have laughed a little bit, Corey.
Yeah, maybe you should learn something.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to make friends or connect to anybody. And he's just so angry this season.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Which I don't understand. It's like you have 2 kids that you're constantly taking care of at home. Wouldn't you be like excited to be at a vacation and not doing anything?
Yeah, it's weird because the after show, I think he's just bullshitting, but he's like, I was checked out this season and thinking about my kids, and Cheyenne wanted me home, and which she did. There's like this article saying that she didn't want him to leave. Like she was really pissed he left for the challenge. I don't know why. But I mean, he's probably missing key parts of his children's lives doing this. So
maybe I guess that'd be stressful, but it's like, have a little fucking fun. I just hate that he has 0 fun.
He had no fun this season, and I really want to know how long they're gone for because I'm really confused now.
Yeah, especially if it's like 3 weeks. Like, I understand, okay, you're on month 2 of not seeing your kids. Yeah, that's gotta suck. But if like this entire experience was 3 weeks for you.
Yeah, they're just saying weeks. There was 13 episodes, and they're saying weeks.
I don't know what any of it means.
Because I was trying to figure out the days. So, like, they definitely have an off day. They have a challenge day, which is that night is the party night. And then the next day, I think they vote for elimination, and then they go in. So every episode we could be seeing is maybe 3-4 days. So 3-4 days times 13. How much time is that?
What's 3 times 13?
I don't know.
26 plus 13, 39? Is that right?
Oh, it's gotta be close. I have a phone. It's crazy.
They come built in with these calculators, man.
Okay, so 13 times 3. 39! Nice!
Hey!
That Central Education shining through. What up?
Yeah. But, so then minus, like, 3 of them because one of them was, like, a combined.
Oh, so, you're right.
Minus 36. So, I mean, they've been there for, like, a month.
Okay. Yeah, they could say weeks and it still be a month. They probably don't even know how much time it's been.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, weeks, days, I don't know how long. It's today Monday? I have no fucking clue. I feel like that right now.
So with that short amount of time, Josh picked Logan. And it's just because Logan is one of his numbers and Corey is a wild card and would go against Josh in a minute, like he says.
Yeah. Well, also, I did love that, like, Logan's little smile, like, after Corey got voted in. And, like, that was, like, such a little sly smile of, like, I played you in a political game.
Yep. And I barely know English.
It's really, like, he fucking got him.
Oh my gosh, he did. He killed it. And he knew to go to Josh. So it's pretty smart.
I did love Casey's part where like Nelson's like, why him? And Casey, who was it supposed to be?
I know.
I was like, you shut him up immediately.
So good. Yeah, so Corey's doing threats saying Emerald should be worried because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna fuck up Emerald. So it's kind of a ballsy move, I guess, but I don't know how many eliminations Corey really wins. I think he's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Or less. So it's fair. He really has no ties to that team. Why not throw him in? Logan had more ties. So afterwards, Corey's like freaking out on Devin. Like he doesn't want to hear Devin's side. Thinks he voted for him. And Devin's like, I didn't, bro.
It is. Do you ever think you were ever wrong in your life? Think maybe this is one of those times.
Such good lines. Such good lines. Yeah, so Devin's like to Nelson, I wanted Logan twice, and Josh has saved him twice, and this would save us from Corey freaking out. Which also makes sense. And Logan's still hurt, by the way. He still has a hurt hamstring. Oh,
I did not know that.
Because apparently it hasn't been that much time.
Apparently it's been like 2 days, so.
It's been 2.5 days since they became teams.
Actually, 4 episodes ago. 2 challenges every single day, so it has been exactly 14 days.
Insane. That would kill them. Yeah, so whatever. Now Josh and Corey fight because Corey's like, I don't think Josh and Corey ever really had a relationship though.
I don't know. Like Corey was saying that they were tight. I don't know if they're like, do they maybe live in the same city or are friends outside? I have no clue what. I think it was Josh just and Corey
alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, Corey's like, 2 of your friends you have fucked over to benefit your game, and he's talking about Fessy, and then he's like, who else? And Josh is like, oh yeah, we're tight. Like the way he talks.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And then like Josh was in the middle of that conversation. Josh goes, I'm not gonna make it about myself, and then he literally made it about himself.
That's what people do when they say they're not making it about themselves. Then they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Corey's just throwing threats. He's gonna go to Emerald, and then he's gonna throw the challenge, and then he's gonna go against Devin or Josh, and then he's gonna come back and do whatever he wants, blah blah blah. And so Josh and Logan have a scene together, and Josh says he's gonna pick Kyle or Logan, and obviously Josh can't trust Corey's word because he's so trustworthy, but Corey isn't.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like Josh is constantly like he says literally the opposite of what he is
every week.
Yes, every week. He like if you just listen to Josh talk, he will tell you exactly who he isn't.
Yeah, who he isn't and who he's gonna save or not save. He's just gonna do the opposite of everything he says, which should be pretty obvious to everyone there.
I don't think it is because they all seem to love him.
I know, I don't get it. They really love him this season.
Well, and they're all like really good friends with him outside of the show, and I'm just like, I don't. Okay.
I miss 9 times 7.
9 times 7.
Oh, someday maybe. Okay, so then Tori talks to Josh and thinks that Josh is going to, or Corey is going to pick Kyle because that's Devin's number 1, and Corey wants to fuck with Devin. Apparently. Going strong, Mandy.
Yeah, but that's like, I feel like after that, I would assume that he would be going for Josh's number 1.
Yeah, which is Logan. Apparently. This
I feel like they were trying to be like, oh, here's a red herring.
So dumb. Yeah. Yeah, so they're all talking about it, and we finally have elimination, and Corey is so dramatic for his elimination, nomination, presentation.
He probably thought he was so fucking cool when he came up with that. Yeah.
The sand. He picks up the sand. Being down here in the sand, this is what it's all about. He's all roided up or something.
Yeah, like, why the fuck did you pick up that sand? Like, what, you're trying to get your hands dirty? Like, what do you, like, what's... It's so fucking cheesy, and it's just like, okay, we get it, bro.
I wish we saw TJ's face. There's no way TJ was like, all right, yeah, bro. He probably was like trying not to laugh.
Yeah. He was like, okay, you fucking weirdo.
There's been a lot of sand for these eliminations, and no one's picked it up.
Yeah, like, this is like, yeah, you can, that is the sand, correct. Congratulations.
Glad you can be in it, sir. So of course Corey thanks Nelson. Obviously Nelson is safe, and then he ends up picking Logan. Shocker. And Kyle is so happy. He's like, yeah,
guy.
So I guess Kyle was so close to being picked by Corey, and I think the bus ride to elimination, Kyle went up to Corey and told him that Logan had been making deals with everyone behind his back, doing shady shit, and that's why supposedly Corey picked Logan, and then that turned out to not be true. Minus Josh, I'm assuming.
Wait, so Kyle did say that or didn't say that?
Kyle said that. I'm not sure. Pretty sure Kyle said it, or someone said it. Yeah, Kyle said it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so Kyle was just trying to save himself, but he probably would have picked Kyle. But Kyle, puppeteer master.
But like, he should have, like, to me, he should have picked Logan, because that was the only reason he went in the first place. It should have been Logan in there.
Yeah, it still makes sense. And Kyle's really good at eliminations too, and Corey knows that. So yeah. Go for the rookie. And we have a very interesting elimination, and it's called...
but before you discuss the elimination, can we talk about how Logan actually made a pretty funny joke when he gets down there and he goes, finally one Ruby is going to win, and of course Corey did not laugh. That was fucking funny.
Someone's gonna win.
Yeah, like, that was funny.
Funny. The guy who can't speak English is funny.
Yeah. Zero laughter.
Oh my gosh. Just be cool, Corey. Be cool. So sorry. Anyway, it's called Snatch the Rope. And so they're each going to be on a sphere cage, like 50 feet-ish apart from each other, standing on top of it with a very heavy rope. It's on fire. Wow. And they are just going to try and move the rope so much that the other person falls off the sphere, and then best out of 3.
Yeah, and this one, no diamonds, no bombs or missiles. So
that's true. They ran out of that those ideas.
I was like, do agents deal with burning ropes often? I wasn't aware of that being like a spy thing.
Me either. Yeah, so and the rope being on fire was just not needed.
No.
It's on fire for 2 seconds.
Like, honestly, it makes less sense that it's on fire. Like, if you were like, okay, this is a spy thing with like a rope, you'd be like, okay, like maybe going from building to build, I can see it, you know? You could use your imagination. When it's on fire, it's like, what's the use of it? No one's going to be using that.
No, and it doesn't really make it more dangerous. Like, the fire wasn't near them.
Nope. They're
not holding the fire rope.
They said, this might look cool on camera. Let's put it on fire.
Yeah. Shelby was watching it with me, and she's like, what?
She's like, why is that on fire?
Why? That's cool. It's out now. So this challenge, just kind of look ridiculous. They're both like swirling the rope and I don't know, shaking the rope.
Yeah, and then in the confessional, Corey's talking about how he's gonna weather the storm. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you watch what's going on, it's the literal opposite. Corey's exerting all of his energy and Logan is weathering the storm.
Yeah, I really don't get that. This is delusional Corey time again. Welcome back.
I wish the producers would be like, okay, can you guys tell the truth now? Like, we're gonna cut this off. Instead of like, they're just all able to get their own narrative. And I'm like, but like, that's not true. Like, we see what's happening.
Yeah, he doesn't even say like I try to weather the storm. He literally is like, I'm just gonna weather the storm. And
meanwhile, he's sitting there shaking and twisted.
yeah, wasting all his grip strength, wasting all his forearm strength, and apparently he's basically checked out, and Logan gets him off the spear.
Because Logan had an actual strategy that he discussed and was actually true if you watched it.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, some people tell the truth and others don't. So, to each their own. Yep. But
the Americans do not tell the truth.
Essentially, as soon as Corey would do his attack is when he's most vulnerable. Logan then did his attack and then boom, got him down.
Yeah, and you can see how intense Logan is staring at Corey for his every move, and Corey just looks dead-eyed.
Yeah, Corey's like, let me shake rope a little bit harder.
Shake rope, me strong. Me keep doing this. Oh, me not strong no more. That's just terrible. Yeah. So second round, it's just pretty pitiful, and the moment Corey feels like saving his forearm strength or letting go, Logan pulls that rope and he falls.
Boom.
And Josh could not be happier.
Down goes Corey.
And I wish he won so he would fuck up that house, but
I know, because that would have been entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it's not going to be entertaining to watch. Ready for All Stars.
Who's? Well, I guess it's probably going to be like Amanda and Ashley. They're going to try to, or Big T, those three. That's going to be boring again.
Yeah, it's going to be boring. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. So then they have a quick scene of Logan stretching his hamstring. I don't know if you caught that, but it's still fucked up, and he still won because that motherfucker is a surfer.
A surfer. He's here for surfboards.
You picked a surfer.
Oh, on fucking a balance thing. Yeah, that's dumb as fuck. Why do people keep doing shit like that? They're like, oh yeah, Kyle, let's pole wrestle. Oh, surfer, let's do a thing of balance. What the fuck?
And okay, you don't know what the challenge is going to be, but if there's two spheres that are separated,
yeah,
probably going to be standing on them. Potentially, you're going to do something with that sphere with balance.
I mean, I think the rope on fire was the only surprise.
Around the spheres. Ooh. That red light in the sphere. That was super cool.
Super cool.
Really out of the box there. Yeah, so blah blah blah, boring. Corey's gone. He's not there to take any more bullets for Nelson, and Nelson deserves to win, which he does not. BT dubs. Gross.
No, he really doesn't.
No, he hasn't done much. What has he done?
Yeah. Also, he's mean. He's very mean to people. Can we just have Emmanuel deserves to win because he's a perfect human being. Let's be honest here.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he wins. So Logan now gets to decide what team he wants to be, and he says I said Ruby until death, but that I don't even know that is done when somebody shoots you or something.
Yeah, I think he meant Corey picked me, so he tried to kill me, so I lived, and I was shot, and now I'm not shot, and my hamstring hurts, and I'm here.
It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
So shocking, he picks Sapphire and takes Kyle's spot, and then Kyle goes back to Ruby, which was amazing.
And then Amanda goes, "You can't get rid of me."
I know. My partner. He's holding on to CT's leg. It's so sad.
Ruby's gonna be bad.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna be bad. Sapphire, I'm not sure because Logan will be a better teammate, but I don't know. I don't think Emmy can be a good teammate. Probably depends.
I think CT needs to be more vocal, but I think we would have gotten more context of the struggles that would be Emmy working in that team if we would have seen CT fucking try to campaign to get off that team.
I know.
After Emmy just threw herself in to go to his team.
Yeah, and isn't his team then Sapphire kind of pissed that he almost left it or tried to?
They probably are, but we're not gonna like. How do we know unless like we listen to the? I can't.
All the extra work we gotta do. But that's why we're here, to do it for all you guys.
No, I'm upset. MTV, fucking fix this. I'm just so mad we didn't see it.
I know, it could be a way better season. Like CT bitching out, I want to see that.
Yeah. What is that in his contract? Come on. What is this?
Yeah, so, well, thanks for listening, guys. We're hoping next week will be a little bit more exciting. Maybe some infiltrating with the Emerald team will happen, and they can say that word like 500 times.
Yeah, or maybe someone else wins.
Anybody else.
Not Ruby, obviously, but like Sapphire, maybe.
Sapphire. Team Sapphire.
Sapphire!
Anyway, we will be back next week for another episode. Bye! Bye.